You know love is the answer. You gotta make a little space. Oh, baby. We got to heal the world and make it a better place. Oh, we got to change the world and give it a better face. Love is all we need. Love is all we need. Oh, love is all we need. 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 Oh, love is all we need. Love is all we need.
Again, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Again, welcome to another edition or episode of the Victor's Business and Motivation Hour. My name is Alfred, and I will be your pilot for tonight again. So I thank you, I thank you for tuning every Saturday, 10 p.m. On VOS. We come with a business show where we talk about different topics. So we'll be looking at different topics and every Saturday, 10 p.m. So thank you again for tuning in, and you are in the right place at the right time. You won't regret this specific program, because obviously what we are about to share will help you if you want to start a business or you are already in one. So now the reason why we do this is because we want to really ensure that you live the life that you want to live. So that's why we keep sharing secrets of success and secret that will actually make you succeed and the business succeed. So the program is the Victor's Business and Motivation Hour. And like I said, it's presented by myself, Alfred Better, and it's brought to you by the Victors, powered by VOS Television. So every Saturday, 10 p.m. Now, the reason why we do this, like I said earlier, is to unearth the skills or the talents in you. Now, we believe that you possess certain gifts, that you can use to ensure that you live the life that you truly want to live. And a lot of people, if you look at the population of the world today, about 7.5 billion people in the world, only 2% of the population is actually is enjoying the massive wealth that the art has to offer. And if you look at it, if you believe in God, God created us equal, and in the sight of God we are equal, but he created all the resources that you and I can actually enjoy. But why is it that only few people are enjoying these resources? Now, is it because they are better than us, or is it because they are geniuses? My answer would be no, they are not. The only reason why they are enjoying, and the rest of the 97% of the population, according to statistics, are actually running head and skelter, having to run from one job to the other to have a living, is because they do not understand. Either they don't have the right knowledge, or they have the right knowledge and they haven't applied that knowledge. So that's why. So the reason why we have the business show is to enable you to actually discover your passion and actually kind of find ways to make money out of it. Okay, so some of these topics that we'll be sharing with you will be actually topics that will be life-changing. Again, the program will be both in Creole and in English. So at some point I'll be code mixing. So for those of our audience in Sierra Leone, and also our diaspora or international audience. So me family them, this is not a business show, and not the show we did for actually teach you about business. So I know say a lot of people are afraid, they want to start business, but they're afraid for start a business. In fact, one of the things where some people they talk is that they don't want to start business because they don't get money. And if they follow this program in the beginning, we'll tell you, say the first thing you need for think about really is not money. Money and the last thing you for think about. Of course, you need money for start business, but trust me, I will show you examples of hundreds of people where don't start business, without using their own money. So what you really want to focus on is the idea. You want to get the idea that sells, the idea that actually can attract people and solve problems. Now, entrepreneurs or business people are people who look for problems and find a solution to that problem. So you want to become a business person, you want to become an entrepreneur, my advice for you is keep looking for problems and find solutions. Instead of complaining about the problem, instead of chatting about the problem, stop stressing about the problem, find a solution. Now, if 1 million people have a problem and you produce, say, the solution for the 1 million people, and you charge, say, £1, you've just become a millionaire overnight, because £1 times 1 million is 1 million. So actually, starting a business is not as difficult as you think it is. So this is why you have to be on this program, because I will be bringing experts, people who are doing business. I also have businesses as well. So I'm not just talking about, I'm not just saying it because out of theory, because I'm also a lecturer, but again, I have my businesses. So I will share with my life experiences as well. Then I will bring other people in. Then even now they watch, some people watching us right now have businesses. And please feel free to call me anytime. You can stop me. In fact, there is no rule here. This program is your program, my program, and our program. And the only way it succeeds is if we all succeed. So please call in at any given point in time to make those contributions around the core topics of the week. All right? And please share. Each one, reach one. Each one, reach one, please. Okay? Share the page, share the video, live show right now, so that your friends and family can actually watch the program and call in as well, so we can learn together. All right. So today we'll be looking at some talking points here. So the first thing we'll be looking at is, why do we need a business plan? So our topic today is going to be on how to develop a one-page business plan. But before that, just taking you through the key points. The first one is, why do you need a business plan? So I'll just talk through a business plan, and how do you create the one-page business plan? What are the key elements or key components of the one-page business plan? And there will be a little conclusion at the end of this. But I'm going to take my time. I'm not going to rush, because I really want you to understand these concepts. And in as much as sometimes it can be very difficult, business languages can be very complex sometimes, but I want to really break it down. I want to break it down so I will understand. And please, if you don't understand anything that I'm saying, please feel free to call and ask those questions, because I'm here for that. I'm here to answer your questions. I'm here to actually allay your fears, so that you can have your own businesses, right? Right. So recap. But before we go there, we have to talk about what we talked about last week. So last week in our discussion, we actually talked about a topic that says 7 strategies for effectively marketing your products or services. So this was assuming that you already have a business and you have a product, or you have a service, and how do you go about promoting it? Because it's one thing to have a very good idea, or a very good idea or product or service. It's another thing for people to know about it. So what are the ways you can market it? Or what are the ways you can satisfy your customers or get your product awareness out there? So we talked about 7 key strategies, and I'll just briefly go through them. One of them was, the first thing is to have a product. That was the first thing that we talked about last week. That number one, you have to have a very good product, and that product has to be of high quality. You don't have to be selling a Chinese product. I understand, and of course, the Chinese develop products from different markets. Or my definition of a Chinese product is basically a product that has less quality. So you have to, if you want to stand the test of time, you really have to focus on quality, so that your product is good. If not cookery, cook. If you have a restaurant business, make sure you cook sweet and it's of high quality. People love good things. That's the honest truth. I know why some people don't buy good things, because of the lack of money, but there is always a segment that will buy it. If you produce bad things, then you will not be in business for that long. Then the next one that we talked about last week was price. So you have your product. The next thing is you need to set the price for the product. Now, what we said last week was that if you set the price too high, what will happen? The customers won't buy your products, because they'll have substitutes, other alternatives. And if you set it too low, again, you'll be losing out. So what you really want to do is not to set it too high or too low. So you just strike what we call an equilibrium, which means that you just charge the exact price that gives you the exact profit. So that was the next P. So we have 7 P's. So 1 is products, 2 is price, and the next one is promotion. Place. Before promotion, we have place. So you have your product, you charge the price. The next is, how can your customer find your product? In Sierra Leone, where I'm from, for instance, if you want to buy something, you have to go to the shops. You have to, if you are in Calabar town, which is one region of the town, you have to move from Calabar town to the city and buy. So your place is exactly where you place the product so that people can actually see and buy it. So that's the place. And today, the place can be online, for instance. A lot of businesses today have their own online platform. And so you don't have to necessarily go to the store to buy. You can just buy direct. The next one that we talked about was promotion. Promotion is about, now you have your products, you have the price, and you've placed it well in your websites and in your store. You need to promote it. Now, there are 2 types of promotion. There's digital promotion and there's traditional promotion. Now, traditional promotion is using like VOS, for instance. And some of you, if you want to advertise through VOS, please contact us. We are open for business. VOS is open for business, and we have a lot of viewers. So please call in if you want your product to be advertised. We can give you the best price. So you need to let people become aware of your products. Awareness is the same thing. Now, I always give the example of Coca-Cola. Now, Coca-Cola or Coke actually have been in operation for over 100 years, but they still advertise their product. They still promote their products. They spend billions of dollars promoting their products. Why is that? Because our retention span is actually very short. People forget so easily, especially when we get a lot of stress. Now we hear them, the last thing we want to think about is another product. So you need to constantly remind people of your products. I see a lot of people using Facebook. Facebook is the best place to promote your products. Instead of gossiping on Facebook, sorry, I'm not trying to go into your private affairs, but use Facebook wisely. That's all I'm trying to say. Promote your product on Facebook, share them among your friends. Even if no one likes your product, share it. Because the honest truth is, people see it and sometimes they actually view it. They don't like it, does not mean they're not saying it. So don't worry much about the liking. At some point, they will keep liking and sharing your thing, as long as your content is actually good. So promotion is another aspect that we discussed last week. So we have products, price, place, promotion. The next P is people, your staff. You have to ensure, like what we said last week, that your staff are well trained. People delivering your services, people selling your products have to be well behaved. In Sierra Leone, where I'm from, I use Sierra Leone as an example because our primary audience here is Sierra Leone. So for those of our international audience, if you see me using Sierra Leone, one, because I love my country, that's one. So because we're trying to make an example, So Sierra Leone is a place that is very beautiful, yes, but the way our sellers or businesses handle the customers is not acceptable. We don't respect the customers, but if you want to make a difference, you have to ensure that you put the customer in the driving seat. You have to treat the customer well. When the customer enter your shop, greet them, say nice thing about them. Now, people want to be treated nicely. If you treat them nice, they'll come back. But if you treat them rudely, they're not going to come back. So please, from the VOS Salone, we want to make sure we are treating our customers the way. If possible, we get even what they call return policy. I know it's difficult. It might only be you doing that because I've never seen anyone doing that in Sierra Leone. You have to be the game changer. That's why you have to come to this program so we can teach you. You have to what we call a competitive edge. You should not look alike. You have to be different from the market so people can distinguish you. You know, give them return policy. Tell them, say, okay, start by 1 week. If you buy something, you know, like counts are back in 1 week. It happens here. Here we have about 2 weeks, in some places 28 days. You know, so if it's happening here, you can start it. Don't tell me that it's not possible, because everything is possible. You be the game changer. You be the starter. Start something, and I'm sure with time it will pay off. I know what I'm talking about. If you treat people nicely and you give them good service, they will keep coming back. So the way to do it is to train your staff so that they cannot be rude to your customers, and make sure, like I love Richard Branson. Richard Branson is the owner of Virgin Group. He owns over 400 companies. Now, when he is recruiting in his companies, what he does not look for skills, because he believes you can develop the skills on the job. So what he looks for is the behavior. If you have the right attitude, he employs you, because it's difficult to train somebody who is rude, to change them overnight. So don't make that mistake. The person might be very skillful, but if he's arrogant, don't make the mistake. Look for somebody that has a very good behavior, somebody who can add value to your business. The skills, you can train them. That's why you have training sessions, you have workshops that you can train them. Okay, so people, the other P is physical evidence. Physical evidence is looking at the appearance of your shop or website. Now, if I enter your shop, it has to be very tidy. You know, we're looking at the fact that it's clean and it's not crowded. Like I see some of the shops when I go back, I see some boutiques, it's overcrowded. You don't have to put all the items there. Just use samples and have a little store at the back where you can just, so if a customer comes and see a sample and they say they want them, you just take them, go behind it and take them and go. So make it nice, you know, colorful, paint them well. People like decent places. Now, play nice music, low music, and so on. You know, the physical evidence is just the appearance, you know, the way you dress. I understand some people say, don't judge the book by the cover. But honestly, people judge you by the cover. They don't know you. What they see is what they judge. So don't give them the opportunity to judge you wrongly. You have to give the right impression, send the right message from the beginning. And that starts from actually making sure that your store is perfectly clean and it's very tidy, it's beautifully painted. You know, employ somebody to do it for you if you can do it alone. Yeah. The last one was process. So we're still talking about what we talked about last week. So I'm just kind of recapping. And process was just the steps you follow to complete something. So if you are, let's say, if you're not possibly do cookery, you have a restaurant business, food business, and you want to prepare that food, the process are the steps you take to ensure that happens. Or for instance, somebody goes to the restaurant and they need to eat now. You know, how long does it take? What are the steps? You know, that's why in this country, if you go to KFC or McDonald's, you can clearly see from the board, they will tell you exactly the steps that you need to follow to get your burger if you're buying a burger. So those are the 7 P's. And if you walk around those 7 P's, you'll be able to effectively market. But today we'll be talking about something very special again. Something that will change your business if you're in one or you're about to go into one. All right. So our topic for today is how to develop a 1-page business plan. Yes, you had me right. How to develop a 1-page business plan. Now, business plans, as we know, are normally several pages. But honestly, how many people have time to read all through 20 pages, 30 pages? We live in a Twitter world, in a 140-character world. We don't have time. I'm very busy. I'm an investor. I just want to know key things, and I don't have time to read your stuff. So I'm going to teach you exactly how you can develop a 1-page business plan. And so if you have your pens and papers, please take notes. And please, when I not forget to, when I not call today, hey, I left this place. I'm not the Salone, because I want to have an interactive audience. I don't have all the answers. You have the answers. Some of you watching me right now are even more clever than I do. I understand that. I'm just a facilitator here, giving you some of this content. But I want you to call so that you can make this call. Thank you very much as you make your first call. And so we're going to talk about how to develop a 1-page business plan. All right. So we start from a simple definition. So why do you develop a business plan? That's the question. Now, if you look at probably perhaps my slides there, you will see that the business plan is something that takes you from A to B. Now, what is a plan itself? A plan is something you do that you want to do in the future. Let's say you want to build a house. Now, normally, even before the house is finished on paper, even before you start, right? Correct. Now, so every house is finished on paper before you actually start. So you actually see the house. So if you see a lot of construction company, when they're building a real estate, what do? They have a plan. They've built, they've drawn the plan and they know exactly what they are doing. So the builders just take the plan and start building. That's exactly what the business plan does. The business plan is a document that outlines the key components of what you're going to do in your business. So having an idea is one thing, but you have to put that idea into action. Because I've seen a lot of people have ideas. Every day, I'm sure some of you pass through ideas and you come up with brilliant ideas. But the problem is you don't take actions. And we have what's called a law of diminishing intent. What does that mean? If you have an idea and you don't act on it right away, it dies. And I'm also, to be honest with you, I'm one of those that used to delay on ideas. So I get idea, for instance, I'm afraid. I don't want to take action. And by the time you know it, I don't forget what the idea did. You know, and that's why someone said that the richest place on earth is the graveyard. Why? Because that's exactly where you see people that have a lot of ideas that would have changed the world, but they never used it. And everyone, you're looking at me right now, you have something in you. You have a gift. There was something you were born with. You know, God has given you a talent. There's a purpose. Like someone said, he said there are two important things in your life. One is the day you were born. Second is the day you discover why you were born. Now, so the day you were born is very important because that's the first day that you saw the earth. The next day is the day you discover your purpose. Why were you born? You're not an accident. I don't care how you were born, but you were not an accident. You came to this world for a purpose. And that purpose you have to use to bless others. But of course, you need knowledge to do that. That's why we have programs like this to help you in the process. You cannot do it alone. You need a team, you need a mentor, you need people that you can talk to, which is why you have to come every Saturday, 10 p.m. So a business plan is just a document that actually outlines your plan of action, what you want to do, you know, so that your idea will come to fruition. All right. So let's go now. In brief, what we talk about a business plan will help you turn an idea into business. It needs you to think through all the parts of your business to plan how everything will work. So it's a document that helps you to carefully think about the different parts of a business. Because trust me, if you don't plan, it's like you want to drive to a new city. Let's say you're in Freetown, that you want to go Boo. If you don't plan your route well, you go, maybe sometimes the route may be damaged or accident will happen. You got to plan your route well. Otherwise, you will delay or you might not even reach your destination. So planning is a very significant aspect. But don't take too much time planning. That's exactly why I said it's a one-page business plan. You know, I'm going to show you exactly how you can write that and how you can take it from there. So a business plan, that's in brief. Now, a quote from Peter Drucker is one of the management guru. If you know business, these are some of the people you have to read their books. In the coming weeks, I will show you some books you can read so that you can improve on your business. But he said, plans are only good intentions unless they immediately generate into hard work. So what he's saying really is good to have a plan. That's one part I'll be talking about today. It's good to have an idea. But if you don't put in the hard work, it will be fruitless. So no matter how beautiful your plan is, again, you have to put in the work. Yes, plan is very important, but again, hard work or smart work, I would put it, is actually very important as well. So now, traditionally, the business plan looks like this. When someone says, I want to do a business plan, these are the key components that we are looking at here. The first component, traditionally, when you have several pages of business plan, is you will have what's called the executive summary. The executive summary is just a summary of what the plan is about or what the business is about. A summary, a synopsis. Like if somebody asks you, for example, say, tell me your business in 2 minutes. Summarize what you do in your business in 2 minutes. Or what you call an elevator pitch. An elevator pitch is like, we don't meet something in an elevator. You know, how long does it take you for you? Let's say if you're going to the 10th floor, roughly it takes you like 1 to 2 minutes. So if you meet somebody in the elevator and you have to actually share your business idea with him, you have to come up with words within 2 minutes that will actually show the essence of your business. So that's what the business plan does. But again, that's what the executive summary does. It's just a summary of what is in your plan or what you plan to do. Okay. The next element, traditionally, this is this document that I'm sharing with you, this content, is exactly if you want to like do 20 pages or 10 pages business plan. These are the key components you need to have. But today I'm not going to really talk about you doing this. I want to talk about you doing a 1 page, not a 20-page business plan. Now, the next one is company description. You have to describe your company. Who are you? You know, when did you start? The background, you know, and also you talk about things like the owners, the founders, you know, description of them, what the expertise. So company description is another element of the traditional business plan. Then we also get what you call market analysis projections. So market analysis, now like for instance, you start a business, a restaurant business, you get for know who your competitor. You get for know who they near you, you know, what's the charge? Who your competitor are somebody where they do the same thing we said they do, you know, how much of the charge, you know, all these things that you get to do an analysis, not just go inside because they go inside. What are the technique that they use? You know, how many profit did they make? How many sales did they make? You go for ask yourself those questions. You know, we'll get the answer straight away, but you go for ask because there's an ask and it shall be given to you, right? So you have to ask questions around key questions about who are your customers. Again, you got to know again who are your customers, you know, because you're not going to target everybody. In Sierra Leone, we have about 70 million people. You cannot target everyone in that market. You have to find a niche, a segment, a proportion. It could be by age, it could be by taste, it could be by income. There's a different ways you do it, right? So you need to know exactly who am I targeting. Like VOS. VOS is targeting all Sierra Leoneans who have smartphones and, you know, they're not targeting people in the village, of course, because people in the village cannot tune in, you know, so they're targeting people with laptops, you know, young people who are social media savvy, who are always online, and who have the money as well, because not everybody will buy that megabyte so they watch me right now at Salone. So yes, so VOS has actually crafted their niche. And the next element of the traditional business plan is the organization and management. What you call the structure, and who is the manager, who is the boss, who are the shareholders, who is in charge. So the management and organization is talking about line of responsibility. Like VOS, for instance, we have a clear structure. There's a shareholder, there's a CEO, and there's a general manager, and we have the presenters, and we have other people members. So I mean, every business should have a clear structure. What that does, it tells you exactly who is responsible for what, so that if there's an issue, you can just contact these people, right? The next one is service or product line. In other words, there are two things you're doing. You're either rendering a service or you have a product, or both. Now, service industries are industries like lawyers, teachers. I'm in the service industry. I'm also in the product industry. But what I'm doing is a service because you know the CM, right? So it's a service. So if you're a lawyer or if you're a doctor or if you are a teacher, for instance, you are in the service industry. If you know, a cleaner, you know, you have a cleaning company, you know, you are in the service industry. But if you just sell cookery, you don't make food, you just sell TV, you just sell phone accessories, you are in the product market. But you need to know exactly what are you selling. Is it a service or your product, or a combination of both? Because sometimes you may have a product, but also you can render a service, what we call customer service. Like after sales service. Somebody buys something, you call them, ask them, hey, well, other thing they, you be like, no, just call them over the phone, take their numbers. You know, people want to be liked. People really want to be liked and want to be cherished and want to be pampered. That's what I love about the human nature. The next element of the traditional business plan is the marketing and sales. We talked about this last week and recently as well. This is how you're going to market your products, how you're going to promote. In Sierra Leone, we can use Sarah. There's a comedian called Sarah. We can use Sarah, for instance. You can pay Sarah. I don't know how much Sarah they charge now. Sarah, if you look me now, call me. I need your service. And you can use Sarah for promote. So Sarah can do like a comedy, lot of promotion for you. You use that through VOS or use that through I don't want to call others. You can have VOS, I want you come, and they call others. I'm very deliberate about this. So you can use VOS to promote your products with your brand. Okay. So how are you going to sell your products? You know, you reduce your brand. At Christmas, they cancel, right? People get for buy. This is a spending period. This is the time to do massive sales, massive promotion. We get a store called Tina Store. Please check it out, guys, and buy your product from Tina Store. we will ensure we deliver within 24 hours. Check it out. www.tina-store.com is a very important source. In Sierra Leone, you can download the app as well. So marketing and sales. The next one is funding request. This is the big part. And funding request is how much do you want? How much do you want? You know, you say, I want money. Have you really sat down? How much do you want to invest in this business? You know, to put it on paper is very important. Write it down so that when the opportunity arises, you can actually state it. The next one is financial, talking about the sources, you know, of income. How are you going to get the money? There are different ways you can get the money through crowdfunding. You know, that crowdfunding is one of the ways of getting money these days. They get a lot of websites. If you're in Europe or you're America, you go to a lot of crowdfunding websites. You got an idea. People that they want to invest. You know, just that they will become part owners. And this is what I preach. Don't be greedy. You know, even if you get 10% of the business, imagine a business start for make $2 billion. That's a lot of money, man. You can go and relax in Jamaica. You can go and relax in the Caribbean. You know, I like the Caribbean. Just relax there and drink your coffee, you know, and whatever you're doing. The next one is appendix. But appendix is normally not needed. But if you want, appendix is just additional information that you want to put that is not in the main document. So this is the traditional business plan. But like I said, if you go here, I'll cancel it. I don't put extra. You don't need this. Especially if you're starting, you don't need this. Investors are busy people. The bankers, the people that they call for this are only bankers. Bankers that want to see all these. Even then, they read that. I used to work in a bank. We don't read every page by page. We don't read that. That's the honest truth. So not wasting time. Direct that energy there for develop something very brief. As long as it's a soft solution, they see the opportunity, then they invest. That's the truth. So don't spend time overnight banging the hair, go pay your accountant. Of course, I will say they pay me because this is what I do. But because you're privileged to be a part of this program, I'm giving you some secrets that you go just, you don't need for all this. All you need for work on is a one-page business plan. So let's go to the one-page business plans quickly. Now, so we say, according to Tim Ferriss, will you actually swallow the pill you have prescribed yourself? So you have a pill you've prescribed. Will you swallow it? That's a question for the audience. I don't need you to answer it now, but you can call me and answer. It's a good question. Will you actually swallow the pill you have prescribed yourself? Would you? I'll be interested to know the answer. All right. So let's move on. So we live, like I said earlier, we live in a tweet world. You know what Twitter is? Yeah. I'm sure some of you are on Twitter. Now, Twitter, the maximum character you can tweet is 140. What does that tell you? We need to be brief. People don't have time. It's a busy world out there. You know, Americans, I understand you have 3 jobs, 4 jobs. I understand you're hustling and you're bustling, you know, and we'll talk about that, my family. You don't really have to work that hard. Yes, I know we love to work hard, but you have to work also smart. Now, this program is here to really inspire you. I'm not here to look down on anyone because obviously you need a job. But again, how hard are you going to work? You know, what's the pension age? I'll give you one typical example. In the UK, the pension age used to be like 60 years. Now, a few years ago, they've increased to 65. By the time I am 60, it will be 70. Why? The excuse is, first of all, government don't get money. Government broke. So they feel all kind of excuse for balance now. That money they put for that pension, so I mean, they drag at it. Someone they work till 70. By the time they're 60, they will push at 80. Why? Because people are living longer. So if you have pension you rely on, no, that's not the place to be. You know why? Because I believe in you that is watching me. You have a skill. People that are making money are not better than you. You just have to know the right knowledge, right information, and take the action. You know, don't be afraid. You know, you don't need Boku money. And I mean, in the past few weeks, there was a program where I showed you how to start a business even for less than £100. You can go back to the VOS page and look at some of our programs. Please, we have a series of our programs that you can watch them. And if you missed anyone, so we live in a Twitter age. People want it very succinct. You know, if you're in America, I encourage you to watch the program called Shark Tank. Shark Tank is like a business program where people have ideas and they pitch their ideas. They go to man before investors, they get money and they pitch ideas. If you look at the pitches, a very short speech, no more than 5 minutes. You know, because the investors will not get time. They just want to know which you get, which value they add. That's it. And they start asking you key questions if they're interested. If they're not, you go out of the shark. Here we have Dragon's Den. You can watch it. Now, that's what we call the 3-month rule. So you plan as you go. Basically, that's what we're trying to say here. The 3-month rule is you plan month by month. So because if you write a 20-page business document, it's difficult to amend. But if you write a 1-page, you can amend as you go, because planning is a continuous process. It's not just something you do once and you leave it. No. Because times are changing, things are changing. So you will plan continuously. In fact, that's why you have to have a 1-page business plan. Okay, I've talked so much about the 1-page business plan. So what are the key components of a 1-page business plan? Okay, key components of the 1-page business plan. The first heading, please take note, is you have to state, what will you sell? That's the first question you have to ask yourself. What are you selling? Is it a service you're offering? Now, Sierra Leoneans, there's a huge opportunity right now. In fact, opportunities are everywhere. Every last Saturday, what did happen at Salone? There is a cleaning, right? What has been the major problem? The major problem is disposal of waste. Now, you don't need, even let's say you don't get money, go rent motor car, get that some money. We get a lot of energy in that country, youths, where they're unemployed. Take them in our area, when I form a business, form contract with government, or maybe go trade a bin, and they will pay for you. Masada, I know there's a guy that has a company called Masada that is doing that, but they cannot do everything. Set a business around this waste disposal. That's a very good business. And money in a look in an action company was a common. So if you, some people go say that that's business, no, now money you make, now business. In fact, all you need to do is to organize them. You might not even need to get involved in a cleaning process. Just find 1, 2 bobo, they volunteer, you pay them. Then every Saturday, the next thing is free education. If I want a market day, and this is something I'm thinking about, free education day right now, there are a lot of tutorials. You do tutorials for students there. Set up a tutorial program, or even program that way they support students there. If you're not a teacher, not just depend on the government, of course, set up a private tutorial where you go help students them. If me begin, I want me to educate parents that they pay for them. So there are a lot of opportunities in Sierra Leone that you can grab, that you can easily set business on. So what would you sell? That's the first question you have to ask yourself. What would you sell? And what you sell should be around actually a problem. So you look for a problem and you actually develop a product or a service to solve that problem. Like I said earlier. The next component is who will buy it? What will you sell is one good question. You have to write it down, maybe 1 or 2 words or 1 or 2 lines. Now, who will actually buy your products? Now, so this is talking about who are your customers. Because like I said, not everybody, you cannot target everyone because you don't have the resources. Even Google, when I Google, it gets certain people the way they target. Coke get people the way they target. Mark and Spencer, if you're in UK, Mark and Spencer, they target people the way they're over 50 years. H&M, it targets people that trendy between 18 years or maybe 30 years. That's an age group. If you're not a person with like good cars, Rolls-Royce, Bentley, Jaguar, all these Bugatti. Now people that we get status, right? We get money, we don't arrive, the yacht, So each of these businesses you see have a segment. They get a segment or this customer the way they don't target, and this will the target. You're not going to target everybody. Clearly define who your customers are. It's very important that you do that, because if you don't, you'll be lost in the competition. And that's why you see a lot of businesses that they fail. Because if you ask them, whether or not your customer, they're not going to even know. The one that they sell pure water, ask them now, whether or not your customer there. They're not going to tell you whether or not your customer. They say, I sell, I sell. But probably they're doing it to live. But if you're in business for the long run, if you're in business to create wealth and to pass it on from one generation to the other, you have to be serious about it, and you have to do things like this. You have to clearly identify your customers. The next element of a business plan is how will your business help people? This is something I teach, and this is something I do also. And this also, people who have businesses can tell you this. Now, what problem is your product or service solving? VOS. Clearly, I speak to the CEO. He told me, say, the reason why he set up VOS was because there were a lot of fake news around. Fake news. So in the try for kind of come with a proper system or proper media where they get the right information. That's exactly why it says. So in problem way they solve now for eradicate fake news. So if you want to hear good news, come at this station, you get the right news. So can you see, he is trying to solve a problem. And fake news is not just Sierra Leone. Fake news is everywhere. During the American campaign, we see a lot of fake news going around, right? And it's everywhere today. It's so easy for the people that spread. I will just go to my bedroom, I coin something, and I just pass it around. So fake news day. So that's why they are trying to solve that problem. They cannot solve all the problem, but they are part of the solution. So what solution are you solving? What is the solution? The problem that your product or service is solving. So if you have a cleaning company, probably you're solving the waste disposal one. So ask yourself this key question. It's very important because people don't care about your products. They care about how this product will help me. That's what they care about. That's why I tell my marketers, don't sell the features of your product. Sell what solution is the product actually providing. That's the most important thing. But if you begin to tell and say, my product is fine, look at now black, now tall, it is that, they don't want to hear about that. The customer just want to know, how is it going to help me? That's it. I'm thirsty, I need water, I want to drink, I don't care. So that's exactly. So how will your business help people? Another element, you can write it as a heading and just briefly talk about. You don't need to be an expert to do this at all. You can answer this in any language, in Creole, in Timini, in Fula, in French. You can write it. Anything that suits you. It's your business plan. So you have to write it in the way you understand. Now, the next element is, what will you charge? This is another very important thing. Now you have, you know what you're selling. You know your target audience. You know the solution that you're providing. How much will you charge for it? Now, okay, it's good to have charities. But let me give you an example. Bill Gates, when you see Bill Gates, he only started to do charity because he don't make money. How can you help? How can you help somebody when you usually not stand it? So you have to stand fair. When you stand now, you go give back. Let me call Jack Ma. Jack Ma, na the richest man in China. Nange Alibaba. So Bill Gates and Warren Buffett. Bill Gates is now the second richest man. Warren Buffett is about the fourth or fifth richest man. Now they go China, and they tell her, say, may back start for give charity. Now I ask them, what is the question we ask them? He say, at what age they wanna begin to give this charity business? Now Warren Buffett say at 70. Now Bill Gates say at 60 or whatever. And I say, well, I was just 45. Why are you that age I will begin? So it was just like, so yes, it's good to do charities and stuff like that. Yes, good. But your business, I mean, to be honest, if you do in business for business, make money and give back. Of course, you give back, but you have to ensure you have enough that you can give back to the community. Of course, I'm a big fan of CSR, which is called corporate social responsibility, giving back to the community, being in schools. I'm a big fan. But how you go do that if your business not map it? Just start, you begin to say you do CSR. That would be a wrong mistake. So what will you charge? Now, it's important to charge a price. Not be greedy. This is something, again, with Australians, sorry, I don't blame many people there, but I see a lot of people that they buy property now in England, they can't go down to the cow price. Or somebody buy Motkana, they buy $500, we go one sell at $15,000. Yes, it's good, but business is about a numbers game. Now, it don't matter. The amount really don't matter. If you get 1 million products, they make £1 or 5,000 each per. You multiply them times 1 million. I'm money that day. So it's a numbers game. And the thing is, the more you charge, and I make some mutkada then and on that still team up. There's a lot of cars that people buy here. They're still standing there because you want to put all the money, that one. No, they work so. If you're in business, for the long run, you have to ensure that you charge the right price. Don't be greedy. Don't rip off. That's what we call moral. And also some people don't get moral. There's not money I want. So, but that's not the way to do business. You have to do business. A business that is sustainable, that lasts for long, it has to ensure you do that. Okay? Now, the next element is how you get paid. Now, this is where I actually come in. And today you can actually develop website. I'm a website developer. So if you get business, you not get websites, you go contact me. I will give you information down below. So how will you get paid? Are you going to get paid by cash? Now, if you're in the West, we are now in the cashless kind of economy, whereby people don't have cash anymore. So if you get a website, of course, you have to have PayPal option or Stripe option or credit card, debit card. You have to have as many options as possible. Many people that pay. If not just one option you get, not a problem. Like Sierra Leone right now, we want rent, that's not $1. Oh, you are go big. We don't get $1 now. You know, let people have the option to pay in whatever currency they want to pay. You can't just say $1. In fact, not a dollar country with it. No, it's in Leone's country. But we restrict people. Say, if I don't get $1, what's the happen? I'm not going to rent house. You know, I'm just saying, if you're in business for the long run, you have to don't do what others are doing. Don't do what the 97% of the population is doing. Otherwise, you end up being the same and there will be no distinction. You know, you have to be different if you have to stay in business for long. So how you get paid, you know, is very important that you actually do this. You know, then again, how else will you make money from this project or from your business? You think about ways you can make money. There are many ways, many strategies you can use to make money from the project. So these are key questions you have to ask yourself. Then the next one is, how will customers learn about your business? In other words, you start a business, how do we know about you? I'll give you an example. Now, if you're on Facebook already, Facebook actually gives you the opportunity to form what's called a Facebook official page. If you're not something doing, maybe I will kind of come up with one of these days. I'll come up with a topic where we'll teach you exactly how to set up an Instagram business page and do your promotion, how to set up a Facebook business page, a LinkedIn business page, a Google Plus. You know, all these platforms are there and they are free. You know, you get organic traffic through them, although if you're paying it. Like, I'll give you an example. Tina store. In the past 1 week, I did an advert. I give you the secret because it's free, because you guys are here on your opportunity. We did an advert. We reached over 20,000 Sierra Leoneans right across for only £7, when I like 70,000 leones using Facebook. And the thing about Facebook, now budgets, you know, any budget where you get, now £1.7 you get, they allow you for promotes. So don't just be on Facebook, especially if you have business, for the sake of fun. Okay, yes, work hard, play hard. But life is a serious business. You're going to take it seriously. Because when you suffer, nobody not going to help you. Trust me. The only person with a feel now you waiting on that way that issues and you feel, you know. So you got to take life very seriously, because Les Brown will say, if you live life and you take life casual, you end up a casualty. And that's why a lot of people are casualties today, you know, and we keep blaming everyone around us, our families, our friends. No, life is very serious. So therefore, develop a business around what you love and try to actually use this principle. So how will customers learn about you is through promotions. You can contact VOS, for instance. VOS get a good package right now. If you want to advertise your business right now, you can contact me, and any amount you get, not afraid, just contact me. We can advertise your business for you, because we know, say, where you grow, we say they grow. So if you're a business right now I'm a business person, an entrepreneur looking at me right now, it's about time. Give me a call or call the number on the screen, and we'll make it sure that your products, your services advertised out there. So how will customers learn about your business? The next element is, how can you encourage referrals? What's not referral? Referral is basically somebody buy, they go talk good about you, right? So if somebody buy your product, you go eat your cookery, now your cookery shop, you go to Impadi camp. How you encourage that? Of course, this has to do with customer service. That's what I say. We have to talk to people nicely when they come our shops. You have to talk to them nicely. You have to greet them. You have to have your staff being polite to them, because the customer is the king. Without the customer, there's no business. If they decide not to come or buy your business and take out their business somewhere else, you will close. And that's why a lot of businesses close. I'll give you one example. I used to work in an area where they go to this place every time. But this specific guy, Turkish guy, in place always full. But again, just by inside, he got over 4 or 5 restaurants that by inside. They're empty. So I was always curious, try to find out, why is it that people that they park at this place here, why did they go waste the next line? They are standing in the queue instead of going to the other restaurants nearby, which is just like seconds away from them. Why is that? So I went there, and this is what I noticed. I noticed that the guy know all the customers that where they'll come the first time, and one day by name, you know the one that where they come every time by the name. Now, if you know the first time when you go there, that's your first time of actually entering the restaurant. What it does is it comes to you and say hello, and it comments. It just say, I like your dress. You're looking beautiful today, or you're looking very handsome. Wow, try to create that interaction. They tell you, say, what are you having today? Can I serve you? A manager, and then they owner, when they left, and he said they will get up with them. They get himself dirty, then enhance dirty. They ask you, it kind of ask you that, they say, what do you want? They go say, you will tell them what you want. They say, okay, drinks is on me. They offer, even for buy the drink. How much can that drink day? If that drink then are 5,000 leaves. But the fact that he's done that, he's bought a drink for you, it leaves a mark in your mind. So when you go, and in fact, that's exactly what I did. When I went back, I had to tell my friends that we keep coming there. So how do you encourage referrals? Treat people well. Treat people the way they want, where you said want they treat you. It's very important. These are very basic principles, I understand, but trust me, this is the difference. As basic as they are, now they make the difference between those businesses who will stand the test of time and those who will fail along the sideway. So you might say it's straightforward and it's kind of simple. Why am I tuning in tonight? But I tell you, if you apply this, your business will never be the same again. So we'll take a short commercial break, and I'll continue with all our elements. We'll take a short commercial break, and please, I want you to call. If there are other things that you really want to discuss about the key elements of the business plan, or the things that we have to talk about in the business plan, or any questions that you have, please call back after this break, and I'll be here to listen to you and answer your questions. Thank you.
I have always wanted to get some good IT training, but often wondered where, when, and why. Allow me to share my pleasant discovery. Situated on the outskirts of Freetown on my 91 Freetown Highway, Silicon Hills, just opposite the former Camp Charlie, is the Canadian College of Modern Technology. And apart from its serene environment, which makes it most suitable for learning, this certified and accredited Canadian College of Modern Technology, with its well-experienced international and local teaching staff.
We offer courses in computer science, business administration, human resource management, development studies, and mass communication.
They will help you develop and demonstrate effective problem-solving skills to be successful IT professionals. You may also like to know that this fully equipped institution is not only special for its wireless connectivity and its unique waste management policy, which seeks to help reduce their carbon footprint, but also has a 24-hour solar electricity power supply and a backup generator. This highly secured campus also has a clinic, student hostels with clean running pipe-borne water, a canteen, and art learning facilities to make learning a good experience. Enrollment for 2016 starts right away. And here's a little secret. For the year 2016 and 2017, all registered students who meet all financial obligations will be provided with personal laptops to help them with their studies. So hurry now and get your application forms, or contact them on these numbers: 079 630 407 or 099 140 208 or 025 343 175. The Canadian College of Modern Technology, where knowledge and hard work are the ultimate.
Canadian College of Modern Technology is the place where careers begins.
back to the Victor's Business and Motivation Hour. Now, this is your show, my show, and our show. And today we'll be talking about, we have been talking about how to develop a one-page business plan. And I'm sure those of you who have been watching have learned a lot. And those of you joining us now, if you are joining us now, and what we'll be talking about is just how you develop a plan to start a business, or even if you are in a business right now, how can you develop one that can actually let your business thrive? And some of the things we'll be looking at is, for instance, for example, we looked at what can you sell. So you have to ask yourself a question: what do you want to sell? And my advice on that is sell something that solves a problem. So a business person is somebody that look for a problem and find a solution. Instead of or complaining about the problem, go out and look for a solution. You may not have the solution right away with you, but you can find people, like-minded people, and they can work with you. Teamwork is dream work. I'm sure you've heard of that adage before. So we talked about you having and charging the right price. Exactly. Also know who your customers are. You need to understand who they are, where they hang out. We have what's called the CCT, the culture, the customer culture. It's like a cult. Why would somebody be happy to wear a Gucci or a Michael Kors? Why? It's because Michael Kors understands your needs. They know exactly that you have a social status, or probably some people have an low self-esteem, and when they wear these watches, they become very special, or increase their confidence level. They understand all these things. That's why I tell people that if you really want to be successful, in addition to all this information, read psychology. If you can become a psychologist, trust me, I understand how people think, you can become a very smart and good businessman. So we continue with the show, and the next component of the business, one-page element is, how would you measure success? That's the question here. How would you measure success? So after you've done all these and you are in business, what is success to you? Success might be, for instance, you've made £10,000 sales, or 100 million sales, 50 million, 200 million, 300 million, or you've opened 4 branches. And that's another thing I have to talk about. Now, Sierra Leoneans specifically, we don't like to expand. We just opened a small shop, and for the next 10 years, we are in that same small shop. We need to expand, because that's the only, a business is meant to grow. Recurrent Commercial Bank, I used to work for them. So if you are a Recurrent Commercial Bank, the reason why I love it is because it's an indigenous bank. Now, but they've never expanded beyond their shop. I'm not sure if they've done one now, but they're still in Sierra Leone. Okay, they've expanded in Sierra Leone right across the cities, but we have seen other banks come into our city. What is wrong with us? We can go to Liberia, Guinea. Our vision, our leaders should have a very good blueprint that will take us to the cities. Let us go and compete with others, because we have capable minds, and we should be thinking like that, right? So don't be in business to just be in a little corner. You have to expand, like the Larry Page and the Larry Ellisons, the Mark Zuckerberg, the Bill Gates, all these big guys that you hear. The Jacum is the owner of WhatsApp. Came from a poor background. Today is a billionaire. These guys actually make these billions by starting and growing. You don't have to stop there. So how will you measure success? What is success to you? So in my business, for instance, in Tina's store, we have said success to us by the end of the year is probably if we have over 1,000 sales and probably over 25,000 downloads of our apps. We have clearly set that down. So what is success to you? Because what is success to me might not be success to you. It's very relative. So that's why you have to clearly define it. The next element is what are your challenges? I'll skip the other one. So what are the key challenges? Because business is difficult. Business is not an easy thing. Well, just because it's not easy does not mean you don't have to do it, because they say no pain, no gain. Now I always say to myself, it's better to suffer now and enjoy the rest of your life than just live casually. So this is the thing. So you have to make a decision to sacrifice, because if you don't sacrifice, then there will be no gain at the end. Like the farmer will have to sow the seed before you can reap. They say you reap what you sow. These are principles of land, but we haven't applied them. So you want to reap bountifully. What do you do? Sow bountifully. So there are times to sow and there are times to reap. So those times of sowing are difficult times. Business time, the time you have your idea and you're trying to work on it, your friends will go away from you. I've seen that happen. They will be, you expect that your friends will be the ones to support you. I've got news for you. They'll run away from you. But when you see you arrive, they'll come and say, Alfred, I've been no see you arrive. I've been no. I'm going to tell us, well, you been no say they arrive. Why you not be joining me now? So, but the thing is, you don't have to depend on them. You have to just ensure that you believe in your vision. I don't care what I do, for instance. I don't care whether I get rich doing it. Of course, I'm doing it because I want to get freedom. And I love doing it. But the honest truth is, I don't care whether you like it or don't like it, as long as I like it and I'm satisfying my soul. I find satisfaction in it. I keep doing it no matter what. Do you like it on Facebook? You don't like it on Facebook? If you like it, thank you very much. But if you don't, thank you again very much. But that will not stop me from doing it because I love what I do and I can do it. I can sit here and talk to you for more than 5 hours. But of course, I'm not going to do that today because I got other things to do and VOS has other programs. So what are the key challenges? Highlight the key challenges that you think you face on the way. It's very vital that you do that. It's vital. Now, so these are the key components of what it is. So I'll go to our Facebook page now to see if I can take some comments. Facebook has actually been cutting off some comments. So I cannot, if I don't read your comment, it means I'm not seeing it at all. It's not deliberate. So I'll just read exactly what I'm seeing in front of me, but I'll make time after the program to respond to you on our page, okay? And so Sidiki James said, was asking other viewers to do the same. So Sidiki, thank you very much. Thank you. You're a friend, you're a brother. Thank you for sharing that page. Keep sharing it. And thank you for watching. And of course, we have Aziza, one of our presenters, saying, you're right. And okay, we have other people watching. Victor is watching. And Copsin Senior. Copsin, Victor, I want you to make that call right now. Copsin, I want you to make that call. If you don't call right now, you know what I will do to you. Call and contribute. These are all very great guys. Victor is doing extremely well. He used to be my student, but he's doing extremely. He's now a lecturer and he has his own businesses. So he can call in and contribute as well. Victor Victor Ogunsola, I want you to call now. Copsin, you are in America right now. I know that. Please pick that call. It costs too much. Call the number on the phone and ask your questions or contribute. I'm waiting. If these two people don't call and I leave here today, so viewers, you have to pardon me. The numbers are on the screen and you can call. So those are the kind of messages I'm seeing today. But again, guys, it is very important not to spend much time on creating a 20-page business plan. Doing a 1-page business plan as you go is very straightforward and it's easy because most investors don't have the time to read 20 pages. They just want to know what is your business idea, what problem is it solving, what is the potential out there, how much are you charging? That's all they need to know. Key information. As long as you can give this key information, they will invest. And please, if you're there and you want to start a business around what you love and you think money is a problem, money is not the problem. Don't think about money. Money is a byproduct of doing something really good. So if you have a very good idea, there are a lot of people there that want to invest. I'm one of the investors. So if you have an idea, just call me. If I don't have the money, I'll connect you with people who have the money and that can invest into your business idea. So don't worry about money. Again, don't be afraid because that's something I've really realized, that people are afraid to take the first step. What is fear? Fear is false evidence appearing real. It's not really the reality. Most of the things we fear about never really happens. So don't be afraid. Take that first step around what you love. Start the businesses. The reason why you have to start the business is because business gives you the freedom to live the life that you want to live. If you work for somebody for the rest of your life, you become like a slave to that person because he controls your time. He controls when you wake up. He controls everything. And that's why people are stressed. Like I said in other programs, statistics shows that a lot of people get their first heart attack between 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. every Monday morning. Why? Because they are going to jobs that they don't really like. And I don't want you to be in that category. I want you to live a life that you were designed for. A life that the God that created you wants you to live. And the only way you can do that, nobody's going to do it for you. I will be here shouting. I'll be here giving you all the information. But if you don't take the first step, it's going to worthless. You know, that's why a lot of people finish their degrees and they're still complaining that they don't have jobs. Why? Because they think the degree will give them automatic access to jobs. It's not going to happen. Special announcements, those days have gone. You have to take this step. You have to apply your knowledge. You have to fight because it's a competitive world. That same degree you're having, a lot of people are having it every day. They're graduating. So it's a very competitive world. Don't just say it's automatic. It's not automatic. You know, and this is the problem. Perhaps we'll talk about that because we need to solve the problem of our society. The youth unemployment is very high in our country. You know, how do we solve them? How do we ensure that you will be part of the solution? You have the answers. Don't say you don't have the answers. You don't need to be the genius. You have some answers in you. Yeah. So please make sure you start on it. Victor, I'm still waiting for your call. Copsin, I know you're hearing me, and it looks like you don't want to call. I'm not sure if you're finding it difficult. You can type down and see if you're finding it difficult to call, because I'm sure you're hearing me, and I need you to call so we can have so you can contribute to the show. But if not, then I will perhaps call you later. But again, thank you very much for watching the program. And next week, we'll be looking at, so if there's any time, if you have any questions, please call in now. Now is the time to call in. If you have any questions, I'll answer those questions or contributions. Feel free to call in. And now, if you want to contact me, these are my details. You can visit my website at www.devictors.com. That's devictors.com, or you can contact me if you want me to do something for you, like a business. Visit my website, www.devictorsconsultancy.com. All right. I do a lot of consultancy around developing website, business plans, logos, business advice, fundraising, a lot of things that I can share. If I don't have the answers, I will connect you to somebody who have the answers. So we have a group called The Victors. It's a family. We are here to help, and we can give you the help. Also, you can email me at real@devictors.com. I'm real. I'm Mr. Real. I'm not going to tell you what that means, but you can contact me there. And so the topic for next week is going to be on the concept of leadership in business. That's a huge concept. So I'll have some guest speakers next week. If you're interested to be guest speakers in this program, just contact me. Again, you have my email address. Feel free. This program is our program, and we have to make it success. So next week is going to be on leadership, the importance of leadership, and why you have to be the right leader for the job. If you don't have the skills, or you don't understand the concept of leadership, your business will fail. So thank you very much. And next week, I want you to tune in again and listen to this program. But until then, please make sure you take action around some of the things you're discussing. It is your life. You have to live it well, free of stress. Thank you, and have a lovely night. I said tata, me people there. Bye-bye.
Aziza Job, on a presenter for Salone Education for All. This program go to count on every Wednesday 9:30 na Voice of Salone TV network. humble them. I want una grab una cup of juice. Una get something una go drink and let una sit down and relax and watch and what they do na this show. And we always even encourage una, let una self call in and give una wonderful contribution. Send your comments in the content box. We'll be able to read. And also, I want to remind una for let una share, invite your loved ones, invite family, so that we all go come together and join and push Salone go before. Thank you now all.
You can be my brother. You can be my friend. We care for each other. Holding on to the end. Oh, we got to
Heal the world and make it a better place.
Oh, we got to
Change the world and give it a better face.
love is all we need.
Love is all we need.
Oh, love is all we need.
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 Oh, love is all we need.
Love is all we need. Why are we fighting? Why are we hating? Why are we killing? Oh, babe, you know love is the answer. You gotta make a little space. Oh, babe,
We got to
heal the world and make it a better place.
Oh, we got to
Change the world and give it a better face.
love is all we need.
Love is all we need.
Oh, love is all we need.
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 Oh, love is all we need.
Love is all we need. Love is all we need. Love is all we need.
Now God make we happy with the world. For let we live and enjoy we life. Let we believe and we worship and